This is The Edge of Innovation, Hacking the Future of Business. I'm your host, Paul Parisi.
And I'm Jacob Young.
On The Edge of Innovation, we talk about the intersection between technology and business, what's going on in technology, and what's possible for business. We're here today on The Edge of Innovation. We're talking with Greg Arnette, the founder of Soldering. Yeah, isn't that cool?
Yeah.
Isn't that cool?
Retro.
Yeah, it is.
I was looking on eBay for like the old-fashioned one.
Yeah.
I didn't even know they had these available.
Yeah, it's amazing how big the economy is. I'm always surprised that there's a machine, a factory somewhere making it. We're talking about the on-air sign here in our window in our studio. And it's amazing how many things you can get and that there's a sustainable economy that consumes them all.
Everything's being reinvented around LEDs as well.
Right, exactly. Well, now, you were interested really in LEDs back when, who was the company in Boston?
Color Kinetics.
Yeah, Color Kinetics. And you did that in your house.
I did, yeah, a long time ago.
Is that still the same house now? Are you still in the same house?
Yes, back then that would have been the early 2000s. And
that was really cutting edge.
Made a big leap, a big investment in Color Kinetics LED lighting for cove lighting and color changing and that kind of stuff. Now it's everywhere.
Was it worth it, having made that investment?
Yeah, learning curve. It's funny, the equipment I put in now going back to around 2003, 2004 is considered, ancient right now.
Of course, yeah.
And a couple of the transformers have burnt out and just because this stuff wasn't designed to, it was mass produced but in limited quantities for professional lighting installations. And I'm kind of a tinkerer around electronics, so I've taken them apart and had to cobble together replacement stuff from existing parts and sourcing things on eBay, because the transformers aren't available anymore. If they are, they're really expensive.
I see.
But I was fortunate to come across a collection of newer generation replacement parts, lighting fixtures and transformers. So one of my weekend projects is to rip out the old and upgrade myself.
Wow. Now, is Color Kinetics still a viable business? Are they in business or have they gone out?
No, they are. So they were acquired by Philips, the big lighting. Okay. And you probably know some of their technology is Philips Hue, H-U-E, which is becoming really popular because these are more individual, discrete light fixtures, LED-based, that do full color spread from cool white, warm white, all the way to RGB.
Right.
And you can control them with Alexa and your smartphone and web apps, and they plug into all the latest generation of smart home technologies and hubs and stuff.
So we're here today on The Edge of Innovation. We're talking with Greg Arnette. Currently, you've got a new title, but I'm going to call you the founder of Soldering. Is that fair?
That's fair, sure.
Okay.
That's a recent.
But some stuff has happened, and we'll get into that and all that. But you're an entrepreneur of a long time, pretty much probably your whole life, I think.
Yeah, it's been 30 years, I think, of thinking about ideas in the tech space, creating companies to solve problems, and moving on to the next thing.
So when you grew up, what were you interested in? Were you a bookworm? Were you a sports person? Were you a nerd? I was. I loved technology and cool things. What was that like for you?
Yeah, definitely a self-categorized nerd.
Okay.
Interested in electronics, technology of the era. I grew up, in the 70s and the 80s, so a lot of it was analog stuff that I was tinkering around with. Got influenced by a grandfather who was into ham radio. I got my ham radio license.
Oh, you did?
Back in the 1970s as a teenager, and kind of tinkered around with radio electronics for a lot. You had to learn a lot of radio electronics to get your license, as well as Morse code, and then evolved into early interest in computers. And so some of the early computers that our generation remembers, like TRS-80s and the Texas Instrument little computer.
What was your first computer?
It was something out of England called a Sinclair, I think.
Mine too.
It was a little teeny, almost the size of a book. You had to
ZX80.
And the Sinclair. And then in high school, we were fortunate. I went to a high school that was in Haverhill High School, very large high school for the entire city.
Okay.
And the data processing for the whole city was actually in the high school.
Oh, very cool.
So we had actually access to a large amount of computer resources, including IBM System 360s and TRS-80 labs and stuff, so I got to tinker around a lot with that kind of stuff.
So I did similar things. I was very much into audio and electronics and building audio components and stuff like that. And computers, I got the ZX80, and it was, this is cool, this is neat. But was there an inflection point there that made you choose computers, or was it just technology in general? Are you a computer nerd or are you a technology nerd, I guess?
I would say technology focused, with the most recent time is spent in the computer realm or information technology realm.
Right.
I had an uncle who was I think a vice president of engineering at Prime Computer back long time ago, when that was actually a name that resonated in this area.
Yeah.
and he hooked me up with a terminal that we could have in the home.
Really?
So I could plug into their, what they would call a mainframe.
Yep.
And got to dabble in languages like Fortran and stuff like that, which was what people would be doing.
But you had it at home.
Right, which I got to use very little of it because it tied up the one phone line we had. And that time, even a call down from where we were up in the North Shore into Boston would have been a toll call.
Yep.
So it was fun, but not as, I didn't get to maximize as much as I.
And I'm sure when the phone bill came, they're like, Greg, what are you doing?
Yeah.
What's going on?
Yeah. So
wow,
I enjoyed that for a while. So I had some opportunistic early access to technology from some family inputs. My father and my family in general wasn't into technology per se, but they're very entrepreneurial in other kinds of business, mostly in chemistry and chemical stuff.
Oh, really? Oh,
but I didn't really gravitate towards that myself and got kind of tied into electronics and tinkering around and building stuff. And
so do you know the right end of the soldering iron to hold?
Yes.
Okay,
yeah.
so you're that level, because some people are like, they don't know what to do with the soldering iron.
Yeah, I was fortunate when I was growing up to just fall into situations that were very interesting to me and also financially lucrative.
Right.
So in high school, my high school part-time job was to work for a local electronics company that manufactured emergency lighting systems.
Oh, cool.
The kind of things you'd see in the corner of a building that when the power goes out. And so I was working on the assembly line manufacturing PCB boards or diagnosing problems. And eventually I was actually managing people.
Wow, that's cool.
Which is kind of funny as a high schooler. But it was the perfect job. It went from 2 in the afternoon until 5 and didn't have to work on weekends. And at that time, all my friends were working at the supermarket and they had to work at nights or, on the weekends.
Yeah.
And so it lined up nicely. But so I got to learn to solder and how to take things apart and use those solder pumps.
Yeah, the solder sucker.
The solder sucker to take away the... Yeah. So I pride myself on a nice clean...
Yeah, exactly. I don't know why I'm saying this. I was on YouTube the other day and a video came up that they said I'd be interested in, and boy, were they right. It was how to properly tin and clean your soldering iron.
Oh.
I'm like, no, that's really
that's a
geeky.
skill. Yeah.
It is. But I'm like... There's a
undervalued skill.
There's a
days.
YouTube video with 165,000 hits on it, which is amazing to me.
You can get an entire education on YouTube right now.
Yes, you can.
On almost anything.
So, you went to college?
I did. I went to UMass Amherst.
And what was your degree? Or?
I was I was able to do a bachelor's degree in individual concentration, so it was a blend of liberal arts and computer science.
Okay. So what was your goal? Did you want to be a programmer? I mean, computer science sort of...
Yeah.
And they didn't have a lot of things to offer back then, I'm sure.
No, this would have been in the early 80s, and there really wasn't a computer science major back then.
Right.
Most people were, if they wanted to go into computers, they were doing electrical engineering or mechanical engineering. Mm-hmm. And I started off as a chemistry major and then just kind of got bored with that.
Yeah.
And then physical chemistry kind of killed me. I said, this is not what I want to do. So switched into a combo degree. And UMass was so big you could design your own program and you had a sponsor and thesis guider who took you through it. I thought I would probably do like something like tech writing. I don't know. I was like, I don't know what I was going to do. And then...
So what was your first job out of college?
So I was fortunate. It's one of those, again, I stumbled onto something. And so, I mean, I'm a really big believer in the law of attraction. So I must have been thinking about this and I manifested it somehow. I got an internship my last semester for a company in Woburn that was called ABC Software. And its job was basically, back then, was to help people leverage the 123 spreadsheet. So ABC 123. Sure. It was kind of a hokey name, but that exposed me to PCs in business. I'd never seen that realm before. So I was writing tech manuals for their software. And then it turned into just doing everything for them. They offered me a job when I graduated college. So I just segued right from the internship into full-time employment. And this is pre-days of VC and so forth. But so this company hooked up with Business Land and basically was the installation unit for all the IBM PC sales in the mid-1980s. Right. It turned into local area networking, Novell networking. Right. And I just kept following that path. Okay. And was mostly working on the side of IT that was helping small and medium-sized businesses implement technology for the first time. Okay. So a lot of early PC networking, little custom programming jobs here and there in DBase 3. Oh, wow. Remember Clipper and DBase 3? Yes, I do.
Yes. Did you do Clipper work?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
These little teeny apps that, they were kind of fun, right?
And they were lightning fast in Clipper.
Yeah.
Compared to DBase. That was always the astonishing thing to me.
Right. And then I kind of got involved in what was called then 4GL programming, this platform called Clarion.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's been I haven't heard that in years.
Yeah. Anyway, that just evolved. And then,
and this is in ABC?
No, this is after that.
Oh, so after ABC. So, well, I want to get that transition. So you were at ABC, quote unquote, corporate America.
Yeah, but
was it a mom and pop, or was it a?
It was two 30-ish guys that got together.
How many employees at that time?
Oh, it was. I mean, like 15
well,
people.
That's a decent number. But I mean, it was a small company.
Yeah.
So they weren't trying to compete or be like Lotus 1-2-3. They just used the name.
Yeah.
And they had some connections with business land.
They also developed an application that helped, I think it was funeral homes manage something.
Okay.
I was getting too involved in that. So they were doing lots of different things.
Yep.
They eventually got onto the Lotus Notes bandwagon.
Okay.
And were doing all kinds. Since I left, they got into Lotus Notes world.
So why did you leave there?
Just wanted to sort of scratch some different itches, I guess, so to speak. And the opportunity to grow in that environment was not going to was going to be limited.
Yeah.
And so I left there. I think, what did I do? I left there. I went to work for, at that time, PC Week magazine was just becoming really popular.
Yep.
And I took a job as their network administrator internally.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. And did that for a very short period of time. I realized it wasn't what I wanted to do.
Yep.
I didn't want to work for a specific company just doing network administration. And at that time, they were on a 3Com network, which I wasn't interested in that. So I left that and then went to work for another company doing kind of internal IT, and then went to work for I guess you'd call it a PC network reseller back then, in the early 90s.
All right.
That was servicing all the law firms around Boston.
Okay.
So I got involved in a lot of technology around upgrading like old style Wang systems into modern, back then, modern PC-based LANs, word processing and email. And I got into the email theme and have been kind of writing email now since then.
Right. So then what was the change or the inflection point that occurred that said, I'm going to start my own business?
So that consulting company got acquired by another consulting company. I worked there for a while, focused on email and groupware. Back then we called it groupware, specifically Exchange, Microsoft Exchange, Novell GroupWise, Lotus Notes. I really just resonated with me. I love technology that helped people communicate efficiently with each other.
Yep.
And I love seeing how the implementation of an email system in an organization that didn't have it before changed a lot of ways people thought about technology and getting rid of paper-based memos and going to electronic messaging and so forth.
Cybersecurity is critical for today's businesses. Savior Labs is a Boston cybersecurity firm that cares for your business and your team. We solve problems so you can focus on what you do best. Just follow the link in the show notes and enter code SECURITY for more information.
Now, I know, just as an aside, you were a big fan of GroupWise.
Yeah.
I was too.
History.
I thought it was, I loved the client.
Yeah.
I like the whole infrastructure. But, I mean, that could be a whole episode in itself, is just to talk about how that whole world changed. But anyway, so you were doing this for this company, sort of their messaging expert, I guess.
I was, yeah.
And then what happened?
That company got acquired. At that point, I was reflecting upon myself, and I wanted to do my own thing. I didn't want to work for anybody, or I didn't want to...
Where do you think that came from?
It's in my genetic code. My father's the same way.
Okay.
Entrepreneurial kind of background. My father's serial entrepreneur. I grew up in that environment. That didn't scare me.
Are all your siblings entrepreneurs?
I've 3 younger brothers. 2 of us are, and 2 of us aren't.
Okay, well, that's good. So it's there. So you decided what were you going to do? What was the opportunity?
Yeah, the first thing I focused on was looking at email and messaging, and seeing that as a consultant in that space, I was solving the same problem over and over. So this called it productize this, productize this thing. And it was around, is the email system working? What's the health of the email system kind of stuff? So that turned into, let's design some software to make that a product, and created this company called Alertware.
Okay.
That was an email monitoring system back in the mid-1990s.
Okay, cool.
And, it was very successful from totally grassroots, not knowing how to do anything.
Yep.
And that company got acquired by another bigger company called NetPro, which was out of Scottsdale, Arizona. At the time, NetPro was the leading Novell third-party add-on.
Oh, okay.
They had all these things for
now that you mention
eDirectory. So they renamed the product called Mail Central, and I didn't go with the acquisition, so that funded my ability to create another company that was called IntelliReach. And initially, IntelliReach was looking at doing something around Palm Pilot, because at the time I was really interested in the Palm Pilot and thought, It's kind of a big business use case and so forth. So that didn't find a way to make some money on that in the early days, and reverted back to a theme I knew, which is email, and IntelliReach started to do things around email.
Right.
Email reporting, analytics, health, that kind of stuff.
Very cool. So now, you're a CTO in general, a founder, CTO. How would you categorize yourself? Is that fair? You're a CTO?
Yeah, founder/CTO type, yeah.
And so why didn't you go towards the business president kind of thing?
In the early days of both Alertware and IntelliReach, I wore lots of different titles as the company morphed from early days to getting sort of more mature. And I felt my best, being true to myself, my best contribution to the project would be focus on technology, align myself with someone who could handle business, and pair up, become a pair, and go work together.
That's worked pretty well for you, I think.
It has, yeah. I think in hindsight, I probably was putting some limiters on myself that I didn't need to.
I see.
Because I had not seen like a pattern where, I can do business as well as technology. So just in terms of things of how do you create a sales team, how do you do marketing, I self-limited, said, I could never figure that out. I'll just let someone else do it. Now, if I were to start something, I would be a different role.
Okay.
I think, but...
All right, so you started IntelliReach. That's how I met you.
Right.
You actually acquired one of my companies, which was great experience, and worked with you for several years. And then... It
was great.
So you sold IntelliReach.
IntelliReach was acquired in 2005.
Right.
Or 2006, I can't remember now.
Yeah.
Around there. And similar situation, I did not go with the acquiring company.
Right.
I just had no interest in working for a multi-thousand person organization, and just wouldn't have been a good fit for me.
So did you have an idea already?
No. At that point, I was kind of burnt out from the experience. It was my first dabble with venture capital.
Yeah.
And
was that thumbs up or thumbs down for venture capital?
To be blunt, thumbs down.
Yeah.
It wasn't a great experience. Was hindsight, it was the wrong investor type. It was a company that was more focused on media and communications, and they wanted to get into software as a service. And so that was what IntelliReach was going to morph into, was software as a service business after being kind of a software and appliance based. But the company that acquired the technology and the employee base, took it further and did okay.
So you were burned out on that. So what'd you do? Go to the beach or?
I did. Yeah. So at that point, was fortunate to have built a house in Cape Cod and took 3 or 4 months off during the summer.
Right.
Got very healthy, long walks. This is now 2006, I'm pretty sure, and got some clarity on stuff. And I have a very kind of wide-angle, non-linear thinker around trends, technologies, what's next, and started to notice this thing called Amazon S3 out of what's Amazon, the bookseller, doing with this cloud object store kind of thing, and just started thinking, wow, there's something here. You got to figure this out. So that sort of became the next project.
Right.
Was around cloud and Amazon.
So what were your thoughts about Amazon? Because it was, okay, what's a bookseller? I had the same thoughts. It was like, what's going on? And then it turns out as you pulled the covers back, it was like, they did some serious work here. I mean, it wasn't just a initiative that was going to die. The marketing people came up with an idea and they're going to put it up on paper, but it never turned into technology. But Amazon seems completely counter that. The technology they've built is rock solid. Yeah,
it was very unconventional. And sort of a pre-story to that is during the IntelliReach days, and I'm not sure if this is after you were involved or not, I'm not sure, but we had been talking to Sun Microsystems around deploying our software on what they were calling the utility computing network.
Oh, interesting.
Pre-cloud. Utility computing was pre-cloud.
Huh.
And we spent 6 months with them, with the team up in Burlington, Massachusetts, where Sun had an office. They were going to set up basically an environment that we could deploy our software, and it would be $1 per CPU hour and $1 per gigabyte per month.
Okay.
Which seemed compelling, but when you actually did the spreadsheet analysis, it was still cheaper to go buy your own hardware, go rent a colo cage at a hosting center, and just keep doing it the way we're doing early hosted applications, which is you own the entire stack, including the hardware, the networking layer, everything. So we couldn't make the economics work, but boy, I was really excited about the idea of not having to even worry about infrastructure and just focus on software and the problem that I could go solve for the customer. So when I saw Amazon S3 become available about a year later I think at that point it was 15 cents a gigabyte per month for world-class storage, really good resiliency SLA and durability SLA. I was like, that's the game changer here in terms of being able to go do something. The question I had was, would anybody take that seriously? Would a business actually trust
a bookseller?
The bookseller to store their data, whatever it is, on behalf of a software as a SaaS application.
Yeah. Okay, so then you're on the beach relaxing, and you hear about Amazon S3, and you're like, there's something here. I've got a utility here.
Yeah, there's something here that I think is going to, just an intuition was like, this is going to be big.
Yeah.
The price points are too compelling to walk away from.
Right.
Pay as you go, pay with a credit card, pay for what you use. Super simple. The API was really easy. And sort of take that with another thing that I was paying attention to, which was Ruby on Rails, one of the first web application frameworks that sort of sponsor this idea of, again, if there's sort of this undifferentiated aspect of building something, just let the framework take care of that. Don't reinvent the wheel every time, right? How many times do you need to do you need to reinvent a way for an app to talk to a database?
Right.
Kind of stuff.
Yep.
Or to deploy an app.
Right.
So combination of dabbling in Ruby on Rails and took a couple-day intensive programming course in New York City over that summer.
Yeah.
And I met someone from Boston who was down there. We started comparing notes, and he was working on something that was Rails related and also talking about Amazon. And I was like, hey, there's something going on here. So Amazon and Ruby on Rails kind of munch those together.
Right.
They weren't designed for each other particularly, but just they were two nascent trends that just felt they were going to become more popular, and they did. Rails is now kind of, I think, on its
it's horizon, it's sunsetting.
Yes,
it's like,
exactly.
Wow.
Things are happening really fast, right? But for 6-7 years there, it was like the thing.
Yes.
And alongside with maybe some Python frameworks and PHP frameworks and stuff.
Right.
So these became like building blocks or
components you can pull off the shelf.
Pull off the shelf, get something done quickly and effectively.
Okay.
It wasn't just time is the essence, but also something that actually
So what
worked.
time period was this?
2006, 2007. Built this little teeny Ruby on Rails web app. It was like an early version of an online note taker. And just wanted to see how, and ran it on Amazon, ran it on EC2, stored the data on S3, and it worked. I mean, it proved that you could actually do this on AWS back in that 2007 timeframe.
Okay.
So
then what happened? You decided to start another company?
You got
rested?
Yeah.
Fit, ready and rested?
So end of 2006, early 2007, started to network, and I've always been interested in email and messaging and the problems around that. So not so much build an email system or messaging system, but help solve problems around those environments. And problems were morphing from anti-spam and antivirus were the things people worried about, more to compliance, retention, data preservation, searching on the data, that kind of stuff. So I thought, it's a domain area I know. I have lots of contacts, had a certain momentum in that area prior to the IntelliReach acquisition. So maybe I could take that knowledge base with this game changer cloud and this framework called Ruby on Rails, mash them together and do something. That's sort of we started Sonian.
I see. Okay. And what was the initial goal of Sonian? Did you have a vision for it?
In a sense, yeah. It was, a cloud-based software as a service that would help businesses retain, search, and analyze their employee-generated content, which back then was email.
Did you stay true to that?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So no pivots? Were there any major pivots in there?
The pivots, we certainly had pivots. The pivots were how we went to market.
Oh, interesting.
So we started with, it's going to be a direct sale. We'll sell it directly. And we might have been a little bit ahead of where the customers were back in that time period. I think it was just at the tipping point where SaaS was taking off and going mainstream. You had Salesforce that had been around for a while, proving it out, and they're promoting the idea of no software.
Right.
And other SaaS systems were getting, popular and accepted. There weren't any SaaS apps built on the cloud back then. It was still SaaS self-hosted, or in a colo like a Navisite or something. And so that was a little bit against the current, so to speak, of trying to do something on the cloud. Within a couple of years, it all switched entirely. It was if you weren't using cloud, people would look at you funny.
Yeah, what's going on?
But when we were out there promoting or raising some initial funding, we had to sell the cloud as much as we had to sell the business problem we're trying to solve.
Interesting.
So I was a little more headway than I expected or anticipated, but it all worked out. So the pivot we made was, instead of selling directly to businesses, a service that they would add on to their email environment, we found that companies that were providing hosted email, either hosted Exchange or hosted something else, they had a gap in their portfolio that we could fill for them.
I see.
So we focused on white labeling and OEM and APIs to offer to those other providers that then would sell to the end user, to the end customer, which would be a business.
We've been talking with Greg Arnette, and what's your official title now?
Technical evangelist, business development for the OEM platform
of
Barracuda Data Protection.
Okay, Barracuda Data Protection.
Yeah,
so,
well, that's the group that I'm in.
All right, okay, cool. Yeah. We'll hopefully see you soon again.
Thank you for the opportunity to get together. This has been a great conversation.
Excellent. Thank you.
Thanks.
The Edge of Innovation is brought to you in partnership with Savior Labs. Savior Labs exists to help businesses mature and strategize for the future. Learn more about Savior Labs at saviorlabs.com. Thank you for listening to this episode of The Edge of Innovation, Hacking the Future of Business. For the show notes and more information about Paul, please visit paulparisi.com. The Edge of Innovation is produced by Jacob Young in conjunction with copious amounts of coffee. Music on today's episode was from bensound.com. Paul can be found on Twitter at pdparisi and on LinkedIn at linkedin.com/pdparisi. This episode, like all our episodes, is transcribed and available at paulparisi.com. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next week.